Miss Crystal, all the way from Japan. Well, I hope everyone is okay and safe and healthy and you're doing okay during this time. I know it's kind of a crazy time, but we were lucky enough to be able to keep doing puppetry classes, even if it's going to be online with you all. And I got lucky enough that I get to do a few videos and I get to share some puppetry with you all because it's online and I can record it over here in Japan time and then send it to you all and hopefully you get to do it. So remember back in the beginning of the school year, we started the school year with some really cool puppets. In fact, everybody got a chance to see this puppet, and it was Bunraku puppetry. Hopefully you remember what that is. And so this is the kind of puppet we're gonna be doing. So here is mine. I don't know what her name is yet, or his name. I haven't given him a name. Maybe you could tell me what I should name him, or name her, or name it. Whatever it wants to be. So this is what we're making today, and I'll show you how to do it. Here we go. Okay, so here are the materials. You're going to need about 10 to 15 plastic trash bags, some rubber bands, or you can use small hair ties or yarn or really anything to tie things. Tape, I used Scotch tape, but masking tape is better. Some scissors and maybe some newspaper, which is optional. You can always fill it with a bunch more trash bags. Alright, so we're going to start with making the head. I just took a plastic bag and I stuffed it with like 3 other plastic bags. Then I kind of shape it a little bit and just tie the end. Okay, so to make the body, it's a very similar process, except that I want the body to be a little bit bigger than the head, right? So in this case, I filled it with some crumpled up newspaper till I got the shape that I wanted. But you can also use more trash bags and just fill it until you got the shape that you're happy with and tie the end. On to step 3. So now we got the arms and hands. I took a trash bag, I flattened it out, and then just rolled it on up. I figured out how far I wanted for the hand, and that's the first thing I tied. And then I tied up the next joint, and then I tied one more so I could show the 3 different parts of the arm, and it could bend. For the other arm, I just repeated the process. Roll it up, tie the hand, and tie the joints. But you can tell I'm kind of checking in about how long or the length of the other arm so that they kind of match. Alright, so feet and legs. I did almost the exact same process as I did with the arms and hands, except that you'll notice that I stuffed it. That gives it a little bit more weight. Here I'm making the feet, so I just crumpled up a little plastic bag, I stuffed it at the bottom, and rolled it up and tied it. I'm really sorry I did some of this off camera. I didn't notice where the camera was pointing, but all I'm doing is tying it. It's nothing special. You can see a little bit of it. So I'm getting a little crumpled up piece of plastic bag, stuffing it in there for the next part of the leg, kind of shaping it and tying it. And I just repeat this process for every part of the leg, 3 parts, foot and calf and the thigh. And then just do it again with the other leg. Our next step is to add a handle to the head so you can control it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that leftover piece of plastic bag and I'm going to twist it and then pull it up and then just tape it to the back of the head. Here I am taping it. I kind of shape a little bit of what I want. I also use the tape to shape those extra random pieces of plastic bag that are kind of floating around on the sides of my puppet head that I don't like. Next, I'm going to add a nose if you want one, but I definitely wanted one. So I'm kind of pulling a little bit on the bag till I get the shape I want, and then I'm tying it up. And voila! You got your little puppet head. No, yes. And a similar step is being done with the body. So I'm just going to tape it up a little bit because it's a little bit too fluffy. And I want to pull some of those loose pieces. And then I'm going to attach the arms to the body. So what I did is I just took the ends and I tied it all up with a rubber band. Alright, so I had to pause the video here because I realized after I created my puppet that I totally messed up. I didn't add a handle to the back of my puppet, which is really important because then I can't control it completely. So, here's my completed puppet. Really cool handle on the back of the head. No handle on the back. So, I pause it here so I can correct that part. So let's imagine here is my body, right? And here's what my arms. All right. So normally, like I do in the video, is I just tie these two things together, which I'm going to do right now. So now I have an arm attached to the body. So in the video, you're going to see me cut all of this stuff off. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take some of it, twist it up, and make that the handle for the back of your puppet. And tape it right there so that you have a control on the back of your puppet. Hopefully that makes more sense. Okay, so here I'm just taking a little bit of those leftover plastic bag pieces, the handles, cutting them, and I'm going to use that to tie onto the head. I slip the pieces in through the handle a couple of times and then just tie a little knot. Now, I looked at it and the knot was tied way too high up on the handle. So you see me kind of adjusting it, loosening it back up and tying it lower down so that it's where I want it to be. And then I cut the extra pieces off. Alright, the next step is just to take some tape and clean up and shape up those legs to the shape that you want them. So taking little pieces of tape, I just kind of pull back the plastic so that it's not so fluffy. is just to attach the legs to the body. And I just taped them on up, cut a little bit of excess off here and there, and taped them to the bottom of the body using lots of tape because there's lots of extra pieces of plastic all over the place. There it is. Ta-da! So here's my finished puppet. As you can see, I added a little scarf to my puppet. You can add eyes. You can add ears. You can use some of those extra scraps to tape on some hair, or if you have yarn or fabric, you can put clothes on it. You can do all kinds of things. So I'd love to see what you come up with and how you bring your puppet to life with your family. So can you make it do a flip? Can you make it play ball? Can you make it play basketball and run around outside? All the wonderful things that we can't do right now. But we can make our puppets do it. So I'd love to see those pictures. Send them. Miss you. Bye-bye from Japan. How do you say? Sayonara. Sayonara.